Hey, you guys, today is the day that I need you to be your most brave. Today, pretend you are a knight. You have placed on your armor. Everything is polished and ready to go. Your knife, your sword is sharpened. You have your shield. Now it is time for us to go and battle the big scary dragon. The dragon that is, well, revision. Now, it is really hard for authors to be able to revise. We are protective of the things that we write. It's hard to put it out there and not believe that it is perfect. But friends, it is not. Very, very few times in history is someone able to just simply write and put things down on paper the first time. So today we have to be brave. We have to dare to revise. So there's different parts of revision that you must participate in. The first thing I want you to do is read it out loud to yourself. Do not read it in your head, because when it's in your head, your brain fixes the little mistakes every single time. And that is not what we need it to do. We need your brain to listen and go, "Ooh, wow, that was terrible. That is not good." So D, delete unnecessary information. If you have repeated yourself, or if you're telling about something that has nothing to do with your story, get rid of it. A, add more important details or transition words. Make it interesting. Okay, maybe instead of just saying a hot day, maybe you say a hot, scorching day. Okay, or scorching hot day, something like that. R, rearrange text to be logical and effective. Stick to the topic. All of you have been pretty good about staying on topic. You're telling your story about when you were hurt. Well, I need you to make sure that it is in order, that you have things that make sense. Now, if something looks a little off, move that sentence somewhere else. That's the greatest part about using a computer. You can copy and paste it somewhere else and then delete what you don't need two of. All right, E, exchange words for clearer and stronger ones. Get rid of those trash words, friends. We don't need trash words in these stories. We want our best words yet. All right, so dare, delete, add, rearrange, exchange. So let's go over here to my story and let's look at some of the revisions I have made. Now, you can see my revisions I made because obviously it's in red. So the first thing I did was this number 32. Instead of just typing out the number 32, I actually wrote out the words 32. Next, it says I needed to add a little bit of background. I wanted to know when my story took place. So I added, it was the summer of 2015. I was visiting Lake Powell with all of my family, including my kids, Jack, Gwendolyn, and Victoria. So that tells me where I'm at, or when it is, which is part of my setting, and then where we're at, why we're there, and then we're going to go on. Instead of grandmas are the best, I'd say my mom is the best, and my kids would agree, because she was the whole reason that my kids had these really awesome water guns. Also, I was reading along, it says the water guns were secured with not one but two plastic zip ties around both ends of the squirt guns. And I realized that didn't sound right, so I had to change end to ends. So I added an S. I also crossed out there was going to be no way, and I crossed out that. You can see I said there was no way I was going to be able to pull these guns apart without something sharp. All right, down here, if these didn't cut, I said if this knife made it more specific to what I was talking about. Suddenly a sharp pain went through my hand. Got rid of, dropped the guns. The water guns clattered to the floor. Isn't that great? Instead of saying I dropped the guns, you get to see it. Instead of telling you what happened, you get to visualize it through your senses. You have a really great word, a vivid verb, clattered to the floor. Put down the knife. I quickly released the knife and grabbed and clutched my hands. Notice that I went through those vivid verbs and it gave you better words that were going to help you. Ouch! My sister Kylie started to laugh. used to just say my sister started to laugh, but instead I wanted to make sure that you knew a little bit more. Instead of saying I asked, it's I wondered. On the back, instead of saying on the back side of my thumb, it's opposite side of my thumb. I'd stabbed my thumb, but it in fact gone all the way through. The icy water shot into and through the cut in my finger. It stung and hurt so badly I wanted to cry. That's so much better than just saying it hurt. After the wound was deemed clean, Kristen wrapped my thumb tightly in gauze and tape. Let's see how it looks after 3 hours. Notice I got rid of the number 3, she said. 3 hours later, we took the bandage off. Ooh, okay. Now I decided to add a conclusion because it just kind of ends. So I added, getting stitches in Lake Powell was never in my plans. They weren't something I was excited about, but they wouldn't stop me from playing in the water or with my kids. They wouldn't keep me inside, but they did provide my family with a good laugh and provide me with a new story to share. So just by adding a few of those words, vivid verbs and things, it's so much better. You can see. So that's your challenge today. Go through, delete things that don't make sense, add things that you need, add those vivid verbs, rearrange things if it doesn't make sense, and definitely exchange something for a weak word for something stronger or a word that makes it more clear. So that is your challenge today. Get ready to revise tomorrow, which will be, tomorrow is Thursday. So Friday, we are going to publish. Cannot wait. And then Monday, we will start a new project. So don't put this off any longer. Get to work and get busy.